team's turn to pick.
Thanks for tuning in to another week's podcast. Subscribe on iTunes to download this episode for free. Hashtag Monstercat Podcast on Twitter and Instagram for your chance to be featured during our live stream each and every Tuesday. This is the Monstercat Podcast.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. It's not free, you know. Remaining. Your opponents are banning. Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Text Sarah, hey babe, could you please bring pizza? Question mark.
Enemy team's turn to pick. Remaining. Pick your hero.
What proving ground is this?
Oh my god, it's almost time.
Who said anything about saddlebags?
All right.
30 seconds.
What are these lanes though?
And now for an exclusive first listen.
Hey guys, this is Puppet. Here's my new single Scribble featuring one of my best friends, the Eden Project. Really hope you enjoy and thanks for tuning into the Monstercat podcast.
You guys are a bunch of pussies. Take the fucking word. Be fucking men for once. Oh! Hey! My name's Centaur.
No regen on Invoker. He's gonna pay for that. Very common. It didn't.
Thank you for listening to this week's podcast. Until next time, that's a bad kitty.
My blade grows light.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, every 7, your girlfriend said it's like time.
Welcome to the Monstercat podcast. Taking you on a journey. This is Monstercat.
Hey everyone, this is Dan, and I'm the podcast director here at Monstercat. Before we get started with this week's episode, I just want to personally thank each and every one of you for your incredible support over this past year. These podcasts have turned into more than just a mix. It's turned into a place where people come together each week, where strangers become friends and friends become family. This week, I asked the team to select a track which really stood out to them over the past year and introduce themselves. So let's get started, and welcome to the Monstercat podcast.
Hey, Ryan Petrie here. I'm the artist and graphic designer more commonly known as Petterep. It's been a great year of music here on the Monstercat channel, and my pick of the year has to go to Turbo Penguin by the ever-talented Sound Remedy and Nitro Fun.
Welcome back to another episode of the Monstercat podcast.
cold snaps like I had much of a choice.
Subscribe on iTunes to download this episode for free. Hashtag Monstercat Podcast on Twitter and Instagram for your chance to be featured during our live stream each and every Tuesday.
Hey guys, this is Gavin, Head of Strategic Partnerships, and wanted to express how incredible this year has been for the Monstercat family. We've grown so much and you won't believe what happens next in 2015. The McMash Clan remix of Pinball is one of the many tracks that hooked me this year. Enjoy.
Hello, Leon Sachs. Welcome to my Twitch live stream. We just finished having our giveaway 10 minutes ago, but by all means, you are free to stay here because in less than an hour, we are going to have another giveaway. It's okay with popping my ult there, considering that I knew that my team was in position to maybe get a kill out of it. I'm gonna head and turn off this sound real quick.
God damn it, he knew! Map hacks!
Push it to the limit.
Yo, Centaur, you're hurting yourself a lot.
Long may you be remembered.
Your middle tower is under attack. The enemy's top tower has fallen. If it was me, I need a new pair of pants.
Shall fades. Another fall.
Booyakasha!
Baba booey!
Bada bim, bada bam,
Yo,
bada
God,
boom.
dude, keep
Tower
pushing,
is
niggas!
under attack.
Keep pushing, niggas!
I fear no beast.
Big,
Hey, this is Conrad. I
big
handle PR at Monstercat.
pop right
I have
there.
to say it's been an incredible year working with Monstercat and having a first-hand experience of how amazing this family is, from artists to fans to everyone in the office. My 2014 pick is Error Code by Case in Point. As a fellow Boston native, it's been really inspiring to see how hard they work on their craft and how they've grown as artists. Error Code is a direct result of all those late hours in the studio.
This is the Monstercat podcast.
Yes.
We got stunned. Nothing I can do about it.
Top tower is under attack.
Alright, well, Yummy Light, I hope that you're enjoying the stream so far. If you have any sort of feedback or anything you'd like to share, please go ahead and let me know how you think you could improve the channel, what you like about the channel. Always open for feedback, so long as it's constructive. Turn on your heel, idiot.
You're tuned in to the Monstercat podcast.
Hi everyone, this is Daniel Rosen. I'm the head of music publishing at Monstercat. 2014 has been an amazing year for us. To reach our 20th album is a huge milestone. This track is called Supernova.
Yeah, Centaur,
Last
but
Love.
apparently I'm
I
trash.
hope you
Wouldn't
enjoy.
you take? I get no credit. I can by all means do that, sure thing. In addition, I don't know if you noticed, but I actually ended up getting an extra point in return instead of maxing out my stun and double edge right away. And the reasoning behind it is pretty simple. Look at their team. You see Lion, you see Viper, which is a combination of physical and magical, but really everything other than Spectre is magical. Alright, so yeah, almost everything except for Spectre is magical. Viper is physical as well, but I'm not too concerned about him because I wasn't laning against him. And one way or another, if he focuses me with right clicks, it means that my team's killing them. Because I'm not the person that should be focused by Viper. So anyway, really it's so that I can farm more quickly with double edge, sustain myself so I don't have to back to base all the time because I have no health, and so that I have the extra magic resistance so that my own double edge doesn't kill me. It pretty much cuts the damage from double edge by nearly half what you end up dealing to yourself. And really, the biggest reason is because it was all items that I could get right at the side shop. And the regen essentially was the most crucial portion of the choice. But I can see why, you'd expect to see a Blink Dagger first. But the thing is that Blink Dagger, it's 2k item, and it's just, I don't know, it's too expensive for my flavor to get first, at least in this particular matchup. Most games, yes, you'd go for a Blink first, but we have a Witch Doctor, we have a PA Dagger, we have enough initiation that it's really not that necessary. So like right there, I just took 100 damage from last ward. It's like, the magic damage is really not that much because I don't mind tanking. So that's essentially it. See, I can tank all I want right now. I don't have to worry about anything in particular. Except for, reaching 0 health. But other than that, nothing to fear. See, so you can see here, most of the damage is physical right now, ironically, against the Centaur. So that's why the whole reasoning would be that I'd get the magic resistance first, so I'm sitting on nearly 50% reduction. And my next choice is going to be Vanguard into a plate. That way I'll pretty much be invulnerable to pretty much all forms of damage, right? Whether it be physical from the plate mail, right clicks from the Vanguard, or spells with a fight. That way I'm just going to be a big hindrance. Because Centaur's biggest problem with what people do when they build him is that they don't put into consideration the fact that he is the front line, and a good tank, and I'm not talking about a good tank player, a good tank hero, the whole idea behind the hero, I mean, if you know League of Legends, you know the hero Cinch, for example, or a Mumu, or from Dota 2, Earthshaker somewhat, the Tidehunter is a great example. Heroes that can soak up a lot of damage, Tidehunter, for example, with Crack and Shell, while also dealing very considerable damage and punishing the enemy team for having an elongated team fight. Which, again, Tidehunter's, I think it's Riptide, his E. No, Riptide is, yeah, it's Riptide. Tidebringer's Contest, I believe. But anyway, Tidehunter's E essentially makes the enemy team deal significantly reduced damage, while also dealing very significant damage, which is why Tide is considered such a massive, useful tank. He can soak up a lot of damage, take a lot of views for the enemy team, and attract a lot of attention while still being a threat on the map. So that's a great example. Axe, exact same thing. You want to have a long team fight? That's what Battle Hunger's for. That's what Axe's spins are for. You want to attack Axe, he'll spin on you. You don't want to attack Axe, he'll be a massive threat that you cannot ignore, and his Battle Hunger will essentially start shredding your health down, at least early game, while slowing you down and speeding him up. All in all, that's what you want to look for. So with Centaur, return lets me punish the enemy team for attacking me. And then I just make myself into a huge threat that cannot be easily removed from the battlefield. And that's where Hood of Defiance Vanguard, and shortly from now, Plate Mail is going to come into play. That way, if they want to try and kill me with right clicks, Return will kill them. If they want to try to kill me with spells, Hood of Defiance will take care of me. And the main point here, because, yeah, spells, mana-wise, I won't be able to cast my stun over and over. But I will be able to punish the enemy team by consistently using double edge on them. Without Hood of Defiance, Centaur here, see, I just, blocked it, but Hood of Defiance allows me to cast double edge significantly more often. The way I personally look at double edge, since it has a health cost rather than a mana cost, is, you know, you get mana boots in order to cast spells more often on mages. With Pudge and Centaur, if you want to cast your main damage ability more often, you want to get magic resistance instead of mana. That's essentially how you're able to sustain yourself and pay for that ability. You can pay for it. The cost for it is your own health. So reduce the damage you deal to yourself means you get more spell casts. Anyway, sorry for talking your ears out there for 5 minutes, but you know, that's what usually happens when I go into depth in terms of explaining the choice. So you see right now they're ignoring me even though I'm standing in their ranks, which allows me to just eliminate those pesky supports. So that was a great example of what I'm talking about. I'm too big for them to eliminate, which allows me to just stand in the middle of the ranks and just cause chaos. There we go. The Vanguard and Pipe. Tons of regeneration, tons of reduction from right clicks, and because I know that they lack physical damage, Plate Mail was not an item I had to get right away. Just give me an item set. That is funny. That is funny. Oh, for sure. Well, it's not redundant. It's not like those items cancel each other out. Well, not items. It's not like the Blade Mail cancels return out or vice versa. It's anything but redundant. If you see that you're being the focus, pop it. Or, for example, they got an Invoker, they got a Silencer, they got a Lion. I know that if I pop Blade Mail, it's pretty much forcing them to ignore me. Or they kill themselves. For example, if you've ever played Invoker and you went Exhort build, so you know, you go Meteor, Sunstrike, Deafening Blast, those three, and someone had Blade Mail, you know, you practically kill yourself. So that's why Blade Mail I don't think is a bad item on Centaur at all. It's not that it's not necessary, it's situational, I'd say. For example, in this particular game, I'm the tank, and I'm not being focused by spells or damage, like I demonstrated that last fight. So I totally agree that it is redundant in terms of I don't need it, and it's not going to do anything for me here. But in other games, oh, for sure. There's, you know, so that's why I'm saying it's situational. Axe, for example, it's flat out core. 99% of all games, you're going to get Blade Mail on Axe. But he's like one of the only heroes that it's literally classified as core on. Okay, looks like my team will join me eventually. But anyway, this is what I'm talking about. You know, I looked away and you expected me to die, but okay. By the way, with the new buff that they gave to Magic Wand, which was oh, sorry you missed this. With the new buff that they gave to Wand, where it's now 17 stacks, it's so much better now. Just those 2 extra stats make the extra gold to pay for it so much more worthwhile. And what just happened is exactly why I built the items I built. If I got a blade mail there, I would have died. You know, I cannot initiate when I can't take the abuse, which is why, for example, people that get blade mail on Nature's Prophet, I think, it's so stupid. And I apologize if you guys do that, but honestly, in my opinion, I think it's an incredibly stupid item to get on Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet is a ganker, a pusher, a nuker to get a Dagon on him, you know, split pusher, backdoor, whatever the hell you want to call it. He is not by any means a tank. He's not someone. Oh, thank you for agreeing with me there, Fear. That is exactly the way I view one. But anyway, yeah, I do not understand why people get a blade mail on Nature's Prophet. He does not have the health to support it. If you're in a place where you need to activate your blade mail as Nature's Prophet, you're most likely gonna die. It's a waste of gold. What are some items that you don't like to see on heroes? For example, I don't like to see a mech on a Viper, for example. I hate seeing a mech on Viper or a mech on Mirana or Windrunner. It is not an item they should get. First of all, the heroes themselves have mana issues as it is. 250 mana for a mech is too damn expensive on heroes that don't have the health to support it. And in addition, there's such better items to get. Windrunner, Maelstrom, Force Staff, Link Dagger, Mirana, Maelstrom again, Face Boots, Mantis Style, Viper. You could get a Pipe if you want on Viper. You can get a Vanguard on Viper. Actually, it's pretty insane. A Plague Mail into a Shiva, but a mech? I don't know how I feel about that. What do you guys personally hate?